Welcome back to the Sly Guy TV. You're watching the Sly Guy, Kaboom, Kaboom, and Super Kaboom, oh yeah. Kaboom, oh yeah, Kaboom, oh yeah. Here we go, going in the flow. Come on, if you go. Going right up and then going right up and then going right up and right down. Mishra's Workshop, yeah. Oh no, it's still around. I have offended you again. So I guess this is the end. Because everybody knows you're such a snowflake and you're just quite upset at every single thing we said. Everybody knows it's all just in your head. Wasted feeling, going, speaking. You know I have crossed the line when I said that you were mine. Going, skiing, no hard feelings. Since you will not be my girl, this is the end of my own. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Sly Guy TV with the Sly Guy. So, we're gonna go through a deck right now, which is near and dear to my heart, which is known as Suchi Mishratron. Let me just get the picture of Juggernaut here. Right there. Yeah, nothing quite beats a beta Juggernaut. Yes. So the deck's name is known as Suchi Mishratron. From the name sake, it uses Suchi, one of the best 4/4 artifact creatures ever. If Suchi goes to a graveyard, you add 4 colorless mana, which will allow you to put another Suchi into play. Mishra's Workshop will allow you to play Suchi on the first turn with super cards just like Candelabra of Taunos. Play Mishra's Workshop, tap 3 colorless mana. Okay, put the Candelabra into play. Then use the Candelabra to untap Mishra's Workshop, tap it again. Then you have a first turn 4/4 or a first turn 5/3 with Juggy the Juggernaut. Oh yes. You then also round everything up with the use of Triskelion. Triskelion, one of the best vintage creatures ever. And actually, we used to think Triskelion was pretty useless, but now it's one of the best vintage creatures ever because it comes into play with the 3+1/+1 counter, so it's a 4/4 for 6. Then you can remove a +1/+1 counter to deal 1 damage to any creature. So this guy wipes out Orders, White Knights, Black Knights, Whirling Dervishes, any weenie creature like birds, elves, you name it. He wipes everything out. And you can play him on the second turn if you are in a format which allows you to have 4 Mishra's Workshops. Now, another powerful card that people overlook is Colossus of Sardia. The 9/9 Super Timmy Colossus of Sardia allows you to play him. And after playing him, spend mana to untap him, but he's got trample, he's 9/9, not too many creatures can stop him. Short of a Force of Nature. That's why green uses Force of Nature to stop those big, huge Colossuses, yes, which hit the battlefield at the most inopportune times. Now, the workshop can also be used for playing like Icy Manipulators. You can play big artifacts, just like Force Field. You can also use it to play Aladdin's Ring. Imagine Aladdin's Ring being playable, dealing 8 damage to your opponent every turn. Man, that would absolutely be sick and something to truly lull and behold. Now, I have rarely seen Mishra's Workshops in my early days in the 90s because Antiquities was super rare and not too many people used Antiquities deck. Normally, they'd use dual lands. Okay, we'd rarely find a person that would use an all-artifact deck, namely the Mishra's Workshop. So, people haven't seen it before. People don't see it. People don't see it in vintage play right now. But normally, if you play in Europe, it's very These cards are very, very common in Europe and certain parts of the US, like parts that still play vintage. Okay, that's another place to actually look for cards such as these. Now, I did see a workshop way before. It was at a shop at the Green Hills, but they only had one of them. And I think at around that time, it was selling for about $40 or 2,000 pesos. But once again, it wasn't a playset. It was just a lone Mishra's Workshop. Commander wasn't actually there yet. And most people, they prefer to get the cards by the set. So it just sat there without anybody actually noticing. So let's have a look at the cards right now. The cards that we have right here in the video from my other channel. Let's have a look at Suchi Mishratron, the amazing deck. So there are my Suchis right there. There are my Mishra's Workshops. Candelabras are also there in the video. Now, I'm still missing the old school Juggernauts and the old school Triskelions. Haven't found any of them yet, but definitely the deck is a work in progress. So I'm gonna update you guys within the next couple of months to see if we get the other creatures for the deck. Now, normally most people would say, hey, you're using Mishra's Workshop, you're using Suchi, why not add Atogs and Fireballs and Urzatron? Well, if you're already using 4 Mishra's Workshops, adding Urzatron would be a bit too redundant. What I'd like to do is perhaps add red for Fireball or add blue for Reconstruction so that you can replay your Suchis and your Juggernauts multiple times. What you want to do is give your creatures trample, so maybe add some green and add some Berserk for Suchis. I mean, everything's actually possible, and a lot of the decks, there are even some mono black decks that run Suchi. Because not only does it protect you from White Knights and Sarahs, but it's just a very, very cost-efficient 4/4 creature. In fact, most of them, you play Suchi over Juzam the Jin. Because at least Suchi doesn't damage you. Compared to Juzam the Jin, which does. So it's very, very dangerous during the upkeep. As you can see, there it is. Candelabra. You've got Mishratron, Suchi right there. Let's go back here. So there you basically have it. Now, another topic. Dominaria Remastered sold out. Okay, in just minutes. So, what does this actually mean for Magic the Gathering's future? Now, it means that the reprint sets sell out. Most players like cheap reprints and expect Wizards of the Coast to follow this trend. What they're going to do is they're going to create more and more reprint-only products. So expect dual lands, expect these workshops, these candelabras, expect Juzam the Jin, Seren Dibafrit, expect everything to get reprinted. Well, they probably won't reprint Power 9, but who knows? Okay, we've seen, for what we've seen so far, we know that they want to sell their new boxes, and the only way to sell new boxes is to include cards there. But that's another topic for another episode. And once again, this is the Sly Guy TV with the Sly Guy. We're signing off. Right now, yeah! Here we go! It's Suchi, it's Suchi, call it Suchi, it's Suchi is there, and then Suchi is there, and he's ruling all over the lands. Suchi is here, and then Suchi is there, oh yeah, and he doesn't even wear any pants. I have offended you again, so I guess this is the end. because everybody knows you're